Hi, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to the open house of IIT Madras. We are very happy to see you all here. First of all, we would like to congratulate all of you for clearing the JEE Advance. And this open house, as you all know, is held so that you will know more about IIT Madras and it will help you make better choices as you're looking at different IITs in the next week or so. To set the context, I think a few years ago, Gonzalez Committee prepared a report about women in IIT Madras, not only Madras, women in all IITs. So the statistics what says that only about 8% of women students join IIT, whereas in other engineering colleges, this percentage is 28. Even in NIT, it's about 22 percentages. And this is something which is very unique to IIT. So to address this gap, a lot of efforts have been taken at the government level and at all the IITs. As you all know, this open house is one such effort to reach out to students and help them understand better about the IIT system. And we are here to talk about IIT Madras. I'm very happy to say that our director is also here to talk to you. Our Dean Academic Courses is here, and the chairperson and the vice chairperson of JEE is also here to answer your queries. Along with that, we have a panel of women faculty who will be talking to you, and a panel of women students, the current graduates and the recent graduates, who will be answering all your queries. So with this small introduction, I will hand it over to the director to address the prospective women students.
Thank you, Indu. Let me join her in first congratulating all the participants who have qualified and who are now in the process of going through the counseling for seat allocation. Wish you all the very best in this process of making your choice. This open house is an effort to make more information available to you to help you make your choices in a more informed manner. So first I must preface my comments by saying that this year's admission for women students, we already have a substantial number of women who have joined in the master's programs and in the PhD programs, which have already started. Classes have started online for them. Typically, our at IIT Madras, the fraction of students in the PhD program, fraction of women students is quite high, it's close to 30%. And in the master's programs, it is around 22%. And in the undergraduate program, as Professor Indu was saying, the IIT system as a whole had a deficit. But within the IIT system, IIT Madras already had 14% when this problem was sought to be addressed proactively. And of course, now with the intake, increased intake, specifically targeting women candidates, we are hitting 20% in the undergraduate program also. So I would say that in some to first order, we have addressed the imbalance issue. At IIT Madras, we really care a lot about this, and we want to have a naturally balanced gender balance in all aspects of our campus: students, faculty, staff. Faculty is another area where we are working on it. It's there's a whole pipeline effect because of PhD students and where they go for jobs and so on. But it has to be addressed. Today you'll be meeting some of our women faculty. You'll also be talking to some of our women students, particularly undergraduate students. I think from them you'll get a good picture of the ambience here, the facilities here. What I want to first tell you is that if your parents are with you today, I want to assure them that campus is very safe for women students. We have 4 women's hostels. One of them is being expanded now. We generally provide single rooms from second year onwards. And there are lots of facilities for women students. We do not want to make it we want to make it as feasible for the women students to be in their labs when they need to be, even late in the evening or night. So we provide for safe transport to the hostel and back if after dark, all through the night, if the women students need to and choose to go to run some experiment or something. So we try to do everything we can actually to make it what broadly you can say a level playing field for all our students. One of the highlights of the women students' achievements at IIT Madras is our sports, in the sports arena. In the inter-IIT competitions, our women's contingent has been taking the championship for I think 3 or 4 years. I've lost track. And our aquatics team, both men and women, are way ahead of most of the competition. But our women's team in particular has been winning, I think, 5th year in a row. So we have a wonderful swimming pool. So I think I'm mentioning this only to tell you that we really focus on this and try to go out of our way to make it possible for our women students to blossom. And there's, I'm sure, a lot more to be done. And we're, this program is being organized by the both by the student body and by the Women's Forum of IIT Madras. So we are all ears to find out what we can do to make things even better. So I would like you to invite you to consider IIT Madras seriously in your matrix. And no matter where you are in the country, even if you are in the other corners of the country, in Northeast or north of India, from Kashmir or Gujarat, welcome you here, and you'll never regret choosing to come to IIT Madras. If you just go to the website or go to YouTube, you'll see lovely videos of our campus. It's indeed one of the loveliest campuses in the country. It's wooded. There's some very, very gentle animals also on the campus, and our infrastructure is generally in very good shape, particularly the hostels. We are adding hostel capacity all the time, and so we promise you that you will have a wonderful time. And as you hear from your seniors, I think you will be glad you took the decision if you choose to come to IIT Madras. So congratulations once again, and best wishes in whatever you do, wherever you go. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was a very nice introduction to our campus and academic community. Over to our Dean Academic Courses, Professor Jagdish Kumar.
Thank you, Professor Indumati. I'm audible? Okay.
Yes, yes.
At the outset, I congratulate all of you for succeeding in JEE Mains and then JEE Advanced and waiting to join an IIT. And I take this opportunity to introduce you salient points on the academic side because I am responsible for the academic. My job is Dean Academic Courses. I'm responsible for the academic curriculum. I can tell you that we have one of the best curriculum in the world. 50% of the courses that you would be doing, you choose. You can choose whatever you want to study, of course, with restrictions, but you choose. The second thing is, out of this 50%, about 8 courses, you are free to choose wherever you want in IIT Madras as well as outside, right? These 72 credits, the 8 courses, you can choose, let's say, history of India, psychology, or you can choose economics, or you can also choose modern courses like artificial intelligence or machine learning. And what is more important is, if you choose 4 courses in a contiguous area, for example, you choose to study 4 courses in economics, we will give you a minor degree in economics. If you choose 4 courses in data analytics, we will give you a minor in data analytics. There are a large number of minors available. You can look at the curriculum on our website. And so that's one. The second thing is we do have MOU with several universities abroad, majority of them in Europe and quite a few universities in US. So if you plan to study one semester in a foreign university, you can do so. Whatever courses you study there, we will transfer it to the to your curriculum here, right? And there are also special incentives for girl students. We have 2 scholarships for girl students. One scholarship is called Srimati Atingadi Manorama Boy Scholarship. This is 1,40,000 rupees given to a girl student. Of course, we choose based on your performance, that is CGPA in courses, and of course your parents' income. Another scholarship is given by the American Express scholarship. This is again given to a student, a girl student only. This is 4,50,000 rupees a year. So, and we will continue to get sponsorship from our alumni, especially to girl students. And in the curriculum, I really forgot to mention one thing. I don't think any other IIT has this, I can proudly say. You can have fun and earn credits too. For example, if you are interested, let's say, in building things, and you build a robo, and you can come to us and say, look, I have built a robo, so give me credits. And you can earn up to 36 credits in certain departments, 36 credits in all departments, and up to 48 credits in certain departments, right? This is not for a class, this is for something that you do for fun. And if that clicks, you can convert that into a credit system. Now, apart from this, there is a lot of emails going that the branch change at the end of first semester is dispensed with at IIT Madras, which we have put in our brochure. Of course, you can read that, which is correct. But this is not an impediment. Please believe me, we admit about 1,300 students, and only about 25 to 30 students get a branch change. So the probability of a student getting a branch change is really, really small. On the other hand, in your 4th semester or 5th semester, we permit you to upgrade to a large number of interdisciplinary programs. We have an interdisciplinary program in advanced nanotechnology. We have an interdisciplinary program in biomedical engineering. We have an interdisciplinary program in computational engineering. We have an interdisciplinary program in data science, energy systems, robotics, and you can also decide that apart from your BTech, you want an MBA, you spend only one more year, you get your BTech as well as MBA, right? Within 5 years, you can get BTech, whatever you join, and an MBA from IIT Madras. We also have a specialization in quantum science and quantum computing. There is a specialization which is approved in today's Board of Academic Courses on dynamical systems. So we keep adding these specialized programs. So in your 4th, 5th semester, if you do well, you can upgrade to these programs. And this year, 300 students have upgraded. Just imagine, out of 300 students is a large percentage. Your chances are very high to upgrade to these programs rather than branch change at the end of first semester. As I said, only 25 to 30 do branch change on a regular. So that is not an impediment. And I wish you all the best. I hope to see you in IIT Madras. I again join our director. I have seen all IITs. I can say that. And I can tell you, IIT Madras is the most green campus. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Jagdish Kumar. That was a good overview And I'm already seeing a lot of questions from the students. We will address all of that as we go along. Thank you very much. Now I'll go over to Professor Dilip Chand, the chairman JEE, and Professor Edamana Prasad, the co-chairman of JEE. You must have been getting a lot of mails from the JEE office. Now you can interact directly with the chair and the co-chair. Over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Indra. I am the chairman of JEE Office of IIT Madras Zone. And our activities include conducting the examination in South Indian states and conducting JOSA on behalf of IIT Madras. So, hearty congratulations to all the beautiful minds out there for qualifying the JEE 2020. As you know, engineering has been a male-dominated field so far. For various reasons, girl students were shying away or forced to shy away from engineering courses, particularly in IIT. However, time is changing. The policy vectors of our country facilitated the joining of more female students in engineering studies. This is the time you have to put your foot down and announce your entry in a style. Mark my word, you will become a role model in not so distant future. Wishing you a very prolific career in engineering. Thank you. And I wish many of you join IIT Madras. We'll be conducting JOSA, and those who will be joining IIT Madras probably will be interacting with them through online modes. And in between, if you need some queries, you can ask our coordinator, Professor Idumati Navi and Professor Vijay Lakshmi. And if they need some help, we will also help them to get the information that you would like to have. Thank you all.
Professor Dilip, Professor Edamana Prasad, do you want to add?
Yeah, I just want to join Dilip and others to welcome all of you for this open house, and congratulations for the for passing out this toughest examination Rio has in the world. All the very best for you. And as the chairman mentioned and all others mentioned, IIT Madras is one of the most enchanting campuses, and given an option, I think considering that you are going to spend 4 or 5 years, you need to consider which campus you are going to choose. I hope you'll be taking a wise decision. Welcoming you all and wishing you all the very best. Thank you.
So, yeah, thank you, Professor Prasad. I would like to introduce Professor Vijay Lakshmi. She is the nodal faculty. You must have seen her name for contacting any queries regarding the admission about IIT Madras. Over to you, Vijay.
So good evening, everybody. Very happy to see the numbers in the attendees list. I think you may be attending several open house programs. So hope we can clarify some questions that you have. When we are preparing for this open house, I think one common thing that many of us panelists, we were constantly coming back to is how much fun we have in the campus. And I invite the panelists now to briefly talk to you about their department and life in INSTI. You have your own we have our alumni also part of the panel, and we have current students as well. So I hope by end of this session, you get a strong connection to IIT Madras. Thank you.
Thank you, Vijay. So myself, I would like to add a few words as a chairperson of the Women's Forum. We are, I think, among the IITs, some of my colleagues have said that we have the largest women community, close to about 5,000, which includes the BTechs, MTechs, MBAs, PhDs, MSc, MS students. We have about 75 faculty. Women faculty are in IIT Madras, and we have about 200 staff, supporting staff helping us. So hostels, we have about 4 hostels now for girls. Hostels are manned by women faculty as wardens, and we have assistant wardens in-house inside in the hostel for reaching you out, for you to reach out. And as director said, it's a very safe campus for women. Anytime you can see women students walking around in campus, even in the middle of the night, it's perfectly safe. Thanks to our very nice security system, which is in place with security cameras and security personnel, pick-up, drop services. So you don't have to worry about campus safety at all. We also have networks like Mitra and Sati. You'll be hearing a lot when you're coming in for the orientation, which is a student body whom you can reach out to in case of any queries. There are a lot of activities which are around Mitra and Sati. A lot of counseling services are available. We have a very good hospital if you're worried about health issues when you come here. It's one of the best campus hospitals with resident doctors and consultants. So parents do not worry about their kids' health. In fact, food is actually supplied from the mess to the hospital. Even it's a bedded hospital, 20-bedded hospital. So they take proper care of the kids when they are here. And in case of issues like harassment, what you might, it's common all over the place. But if at all there is going to be any issues, if you're getting disturbed by outsiders on campus, whatever, there are forums where you can take it to. You'll have a mentor network, senior BTech students. You'll have faculty mentors in your departments. You have your hostel warden. So there is a network of grievance redressal system in place for any kind of issues or disturbances, if at all you experience it. The numbers have been very minimal in our campus so far. And there is also an internal complaints committee, which is mandated by MHRD in place, where you can take your complaints to. With that, I think I will sign off. Welcome to the vibrant women community of IIT Madras, and we look forward to your active involvement once you are here in all the activities of Women's Forum. Thank you. And now I would pass on to Gayatri. She has been the person behind all these initiatives, reaching out to undergraduates, prospective undergraduate students. And Gayatri and Vijay Lakshmi have taken a lot of efforts in putting this open house program together. Over to you, Gayatri. She will be leading the panel discussion and introducing the panelists. And she also has made a presentation about IIT Madras. Gayatri?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much for a very warm welcome. Once again, congratulations to all the students who have qualified JEE Advanced. I will start with the presentation now. So this will just give you a very brief idea of what life at IIT Madras is going to look like. Before that, I'll ask you to mute your mic and switch off your videos, and you can continue to enter any questions that you have in the chat box. Some of us will actively be answering these questions if they are relevant to the topic that we are discussing today. So a few pointers for the kind of questions that you can ask. Please do not ask us questions about what branch you can expect, or in which IIT based on your JEE rank, or even don't ask us to compare between branches in different IITs. That is not beyond the scope of today's discussion. But if there are any other questions that you have about life at IIT Madras itself, we'd be very happy to answer them.
Yeah, I would like to, before we start the presentation, Gayatri, give me a minute.
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to thank Director and Dean and the JEE chairpersons to have spent some time here addressing the girl students. we would like you to stay, or if you have other pressing needs, you can free to take off at this point of time. Thank you, sir. Over to you, Gayatri.
Thanks again, ma'am. First, we'll start with a brief overview of what the academic life at our institute looks like. So we get a lot of hands-on exposure through the workshops and labs that we have on campus. We have semester exchange programs. The dean briefly spoke about this as well. And we also have a lot of research opportunities for undergraduate students itself on campus. There's a and the course curriculum itself tends to be pretty flexible and allows us to explore various topics. For instance, we have the option of taking minors, and we also can take a lot of free electives from other departments. While there are a few predefined minors, we also have the option of defining our own minors. And the dean also spoke about the interdisciplinary dual degree program. You can actually take a brief look at the topics available as well. Moving on to what we do outside our classes. So we'll be talking about the co-curricular sphere. So we have what we call the Center for Innovation, where we as students can propose projects and see them through starting from ideation and see it through to execution. We have seen some really amazing projects come out of this. For instance, we have a team working on Hyperloop, and they actually had the chance of going to the US and meeting Elon Musk. We also our work. Some of the other notable projects are a Mars rover and the Raftar team, which is building its own racing car. Then we have the Inter-IIT Tech Meet, which is where all IITs come together and compete against each other in the tech sphere. TechSoc is another event that happens within the campus itself. So this is an inter-hostel event, and we take our inter-hostel competitions very seriously. So we see some very fierce competition here every year. Then there's the IIT Madras Research Park, which is located right next to the campus, and there's an abundance of projects going on over here. The Nirman and the IITM incubation cell allow us to, these basically act as incubators for new startups. And these are some of the successful startups that have come out of IIT Madras, Hyperverge, Aether, to name a few. We also have a thriving sports and fitness activities. So the Inter-IIT Sports Meet is something that a lot of students look forward to every year. And the women have especially been doing really well. We have been winning the Women's General Championship several years in a row now. Even within the campus, we have an inter-hostel sports competition called Schroeter. And these are, we have made a lot of beautiful memories and friends through events like these. Here you have a brief overview of the kind of sports facilities that are there on campus. Moving on to the college festivals. Sarang is the cultural festival of IIT Madras, and we have seen some really big names perform at Sarang, right from Farhan Akhtar to Shankar Mahadevan, to name a few. Shastra is the technical festival of IIT Madras, and it's a week-long festival where there's a number of workshops, talks by prominent speakers, etc. eSummit is the entrepreneurship fest. This again has a number of workshops and competitions. In the extracurricular sphere, one of the most prominent events would be the inter-IIT event, where all IITs compete against each other in the cultural sphere. LIPSOC is the inter-hostel competition. Again, like all the other hostel events, we take this also very seriously, and we have always had good memories of events like this. Sangam basically refers to all the other cultural activities which happens within the institute. So there's dramatics, music, stand-up and comedy, to name a few. Then we also actively celebrate hostel nights and other festivals as well. So these are a few pictures from Ethnic Day. We also celebrate Holi, Diwali, and a lot of us often swear by how the Holi and Diwali we have seen on campus are probably some of the best Holis and Diwalis we have ever seen. Moving on to hostel life and other amenities, we have a massive central library, and this is one place we love to hang out in when we are studying. This is what our mess looks like. We have a number of other eateries also on campus. So we have a cafe coffee day. We also have a lot of other eateries where you can find milkshakes, juices, etc. There's no end to this list. Visiting parents can also find accommodation in the Taramani guest house. So the hostel facilities are very comfortable for the girl students. They are patrolled 24/7 by guards and security. We have CCTV in all the common hallways and stairwells. We have washing machine facilities. We have common spaces also within each hostel. There are water dispensers. So basically, you get the idea. There is no shortage of the kind of hostel facilities that we have on campus. And apart from this, we have a bunch of other facilities too. For instance, there's an institute bus facility which makes a commute within the campus itself very convenient. There's a 24/7 hospital facility. We have supermarkets, tailoring facilities. There's a departmental store where we find most of our requirements. There's an open air theater, and we also have gym and fitness facilities. If you were to look at how the campus itself is located within the city, the campus is actually located at the heart of the city, and it's just 10 minutes away from the nearest metro. Both the airport and the railway stations are approximately 30 minutes away. Uber, Ola, and other cab services are allowed inside the campus for pickups and drops. So commute has never been a problem for us. And we are really looking forward to seeing you all in campus. Though we're not sure when this will be, we'll be very happy to see all of you put IIT Madras as a priority, and we look forward to seeing you on campus. Thanks. This brings me to the end of the presentation. We will now be having some of our panelists talk. I'd first like to invite Preeti ma'am to speak a few words.
Hello, everyone. Very nice to hear all the detailed description of stuff in our campus. Some things I didn't know myself. But one thing I know for sure, this is a super duper fun place to be in. And, if you don't believe me, just let me explain how my life has looked in the past whatever, 20, 30, 40, many years recently. I was a BTech student, just like you. This is a very long time ago. I graduated in 95. You can have a quick guess on where I did my BTech. If you said IIT Madras in the chat box, you'd be absolutely right. And after doing my BTech, I moved away from the campus for a little bit to do other things, get further degrees, sample some of the other IITs to see how I felt. But then the pull was too strong, and I've come back to IIT Madras because it is just such a fantastic place. I'm a professor right now in chemical engineering, which is also, by the way, what I studied. Those of you thinking of chemical engineering, 2 thumbs up. It's really awesome and fantastic. I do chemical engineering, sort of in my spare time, I would say. Sometimes Vijay says that to me. And I do have a lot of fun on our campus, which, as you have seen, has facilities and more for this. I'm also coordinating a new program for undergraduate students called the Young Research Fellow Program. I'm really excited about this. Our undergraduates are routinely in our research labs and, applying their brain to something other than just, the usual traditional exams and so on. Doing research, doing deep discoveries, and, at the edge of science as we know it right now. And we've introduced this very exclusive, very special program this year. And we are, I think, the only IIT to have a full-fledged undergraduate research program like this. We have lots of women that have qualified for this particular fellowship this year, which is very exciting for me personally. And I hope that several of you, I see more than 300 of you in this call. I hope to see many of you in this when I coordinate it for the next year. I think that is pretty much what I wanted to say, just that everything has been very serious and all that so far. I just wanted to say it's really, really fun. Please come join us. Thank you.
So Pri, there are some questions about monk that you want to answer that.
Yes, I saw that Professor Bhaskar said that we have some very nice, gentle wildlife in our campus. This is true. But we also have monkeys, and they're really smart, and it's really interesting to watch monkeys in our campus. Yeah, you have to be a little bit careful. They're very fond of your food, for example. But it makes it fun. It makes it really interesting how you're going to sort of save your food from monkeys and go around. There's a lot of monkeys. It's really, in a way, it's really spectacular how many monkeys are thriving here. And they're so dexterous, right? Of course, they have opposable thumbs. We know that they can do lots of things we can do, but I've seen them open out a Velcro strap of something and go inside. Seen them open bottles, caps very carefully with very fine motor skills, which sometimes I myself suspect I don't have. So yeah, monkeys are there, but it can be good and interesting to have them in our midst also.
Preeti, I would also like to add that the monkeys have been beating us in designs of our garbage bins. Every year we have to redesign our garbage bins because they are getting smarter and they know how to open it, whatever trick we put them. So they're very smart.
Yeah, this is absolutely, I agree. I think that's all from me, Vijay.
Thank you. So, how many of you mistook her for a student? You're not alone. Okay, Gayatri?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am, for a lovely few words. I would next like to invite Professor Nandita, ma'am, to speak about, to welcome the girls.
Hi, everybody. I'm Nandita Dasgupta, and I'm a professor in the Department of Electrical Engineering at IIT Madras. Let me first start off by congratulating all of you, and I sincerely hope that many of you will choose IIT Madras to be your destination place. Like Preeti said, I have also been a student here, but many years ago. I can obviously make out that I am probably the senior most in this group. And then, of course, I've been a professor, faculty member, and currently a professor here. That's also many years. So first, let me give you a little bit of academic pointers to our department. I belong to electrical engineering departments, which is a composite department. That means we have both electrical power and electronics and communication. So inside the department, we have 6 streams, starting from communication, then microelectronics and VLSI, and control and instrumentation, photonics, and circuits and systems. And you have to do a number of core courses, but apart from that, as Professor Jagdish Kumar already pointed out, you can choose a number of electives from across the department. I mean, it's pretty much up to you what you really want to do. Our department is internationally ranked in the top 100, and we are not really satisfied with that. We want to take it to top 25 in the next years, and I'm sure that with students like you, with bright students like you, we should be able to do that pretty soon. Another interesting point about our department is that among the engineering departments, we have the largest contingent of women faculty. So we are very proud of that fact. And yeah, so that's about the academic part of it. We have just one more thing. We have excellent state-of-the-art labs in our department, not just in our department, in almost all the departments, but I should say about our department, we really have excellent state-of-the-art lab facilities, and I'm sure once you are inside the campus, you will have a chance to visit these labs. Now, from my name, you can probably guess that I'm a Bengali. And since many of you seem to have concerns about the lifestyle, whether non-South Indian, quote unquote, how does she feel in this campus? Let me reassure you that this is a very cosmopolitan place. And I mean, in my so many years of being a student as well as a faculty member here, I've never faced any problem. Food, absolutely no problem. Inside IIT Madras as well as just outside IIT Madras, you have a number of eateries, and you can get all kind of food. I mean, why just North Indian? You can get, I mean, Thai, Japanese, Korean, you name it, you get it. Okay, so food is absolutely no problem. And already I think Gayatri mentioned that we do celebrate a lot of festivals. Our cultural side is very strong too. Till recently, I was a cultural advisor in IIT Madras. And we do hold various festivals like Holi, like Diwali, and of course our grand annual festival, Saram. That is to be seen, to be believed. It's one of the best college fests in India. So with that, let me stop. And if you have any questions, I mean, I'm sure we'll be happy to take this after the panelists all introduce themselves. Okay, so congrats once again and welcome to IIT Madras.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I would now like to invite Professor Sunetra, ma'am, to speak a few words.
Thanks, Gayatri. Hi, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. So first of all, hearty congrats to all of you. We are very happy to put together this meet exclusively for our prospective girl students. You know, girls are often much less vocal than boys. So I think it's important to create platforms through which we can hear them out. So this event is in fact one such mechanism where we can address your questions and concerns. My name is Sunetra Sarkar. I'm a member of the faculty at Aerospace Engineering. Well, long time ago, we used to be aeronautical engineering, but somewhere down the line, we changed ourselves to aerospace to broaden the scope of our program. The broad components that we offer are propulsion, aerodynamics, flight mechanics, and structures. So under these broad classifications, we have a number of very good research labs with more specialized focus. About 20% are women in our recent batches. So that's not too bad. So as you know, that aero is a fascinating subject. As I keep hearing from my students that it's highly, it's fascinating, and of course it's highly specialized, and also it's interdisciplinary. So aero is one of the departments which can potentially contribute directly to the defense and space-related technology development. And in our country, we definitely need more and more highly qualified people, actually both men and women in these fields. So our missile and satellite programs are already quite successful, and we should expect to see more funding and expansion in our space programs as well in the future. In addition to this, aerospace engineering also defines some of the very futuristic application areas, the so-called dream areas. When you think of future flying cars or biomimetic devices like UAVs, MAVs, network and control of swarms on flying robot and so on. So this is the department which will train you to think on those lines. Our students, about 20% of students give and take go for higher studies, and they also undertake internship programs in core engineering R&D labs and government defense research or space research organizations. So all these are very nice, interesting. So we have a thriving academic environment. About some of the other concerns that I keep seeing, in the questions that were asked before and also in today's chat box, I think most of them have been addressed by my colleagues who spoke earlier, and also Gayatri made a very nice presentation, covering most of these issues. I'll just touch upon a few of them, and but I'll try to make mine very brief. So I completely second what Professor Dasgupta said about the North Indian perception biases that probably are still there. So I just say that it's not a problem. Language, communication, food, definitely not a problem. Our campus really offers very diverse set of choices in terms of food, ambience, people, and their background and type of festivals, etc. Whatever they celebrate or love to engage in, and we also are right in the bang in the middle of the city, and the localities nearby are very safe and very posh, in fact. So in terms of food and all, you can think of anything, you will get it, and it will not be too unsafe. Those areas will not be unsafe at all. So everybody commented on the campus being safe, but I would also like to highlight that it is also a very safe city. Chennai is probably the safest metro in my experience. And of course, the campus is picturesque, lots of biodiversity. You heard the monkey stories, so we have other more gentler features too. So it's a lot of fun, very green, nice, picturesque, and extremely bicycle-friendly campus. You will really enjoy taking a bicycle ride around this different corners of the campus. And I think the pollution level in Chennai is also not too bad compared to many other metros. So, and we are also very near to the airports and stations, railway stations. So we are extremely well connected to the rest of the country. So there is absolutely no problem being in the southern corner. You will not be isolated at all. I think we have also talked about the thriving academic environment here. After all, we are #1 in engineering education today. So we have an excellent faculty profile. We offer strong academic experience, industry connect, foreign collaborations, and you will be exposed to all those things during the later stage of your stay here, during your project times and all. And we have actually a sizable women faculty compared to many other IITs. So in case there are any specific issues you want to discuss, you will not feel alone at all. So there are various excellent academic facilities. We have very good high performance computing facility here. We are very proud of it. Recently, the National Supercomputing Mission has identified IIT Madras as one of the few nodes across the country. We also offer excellent startup opportunities, and there is Center for innovation. You saw that in Gayatri's video. So you test your ideas and make that into a product. It's fascinating. Another important aspect that I wanted to highlight here is the wellness program. We have a very well-designed wellness structure through internal organization like Mitra and Sathi. They're already in place, and we are working to make these organizations even better. So through an efficient network of senior, junior, mentor-mentee relationship, we care for your well-being and try to create a warm atmosphere away from home. So these groups have extremely responsible and sensitive individuals, and they plan many well thought out activities to bring out your best for, for both the extroverts among you who are anyway quite expressive and active, but also the not so extroverts, like the introverts who are, not really so expressive. So we try to think of activities where we can engage everyone and everyone can come up with their, best creative thing. So we have also created mechanism for you to reach out to anyone, absolutely anyone. We have department faculty advisors also. If you want, if you're more comfortable, you can actually talk to people in other departments through Mitra faculty mentors. There are Sathi student mentors and so on who are there with you. So you will get a lot of opportunities to make friends in diverse groups if you so choose. The Wellness Center mentor-mentee group, which is a lot of fun. Also, there are lots of clubs. So any creative pursuit you can think of, we already have a club for it. So, and there are also, buddy groups, so in which we create smaller groups among students in which, like-minded people interact based on your hobbies or, something else that that binds you commonly. Our academic program, I think Professor Jagdish has talked at length on those. It's a very flexible program. And you will have a lot of opportunities to, pursue your courses and your master's project in other departments. The IIID, the interdisciplinary dual degree program is absolutely fantastic. It gives you, training in niche areas, which is useful for, for higher studies, as well as, in contribute towards the growth of research and development in niche companies. So I think I mostly mentioned everything that I wanted to discuss. I think if there are more specific questions, we can take it up. I mean, there are some students who can also, I think, address them much better. So in short, I think most of this we discussed are gender neutral, but in short, for a parent of a daughter, it's a safe city and campus with a large number of women faculty and staff, women senior research students who are there to help you, guide you. And Chennai also has a strong cultural background, so many renowned pundits, scholars of arts, fine arts visit our campus under cultural initiatives like Pratishrut and all. So if you have inclination in those areas, you can be part of this initiative, you can get trainings and so on. And yes, our medical facility is something to be proud of. I think Indu mentioned, being in Chennai actually helps in this direction. So thank you so much. These are roughly the things I wanted to mention. Thanks, Viji. Thanks, Gayatri. Over to you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I would now like to invite Indumati ma'am again to speak a little bit about her department and a few other topics relevant to the students.
Yeah. So the civil engineering department where I come from is a very diverse department comprising of multiple fields in it. So environmental, environmental, hydraulics, transportation, structural engineering, building technology. These are all the very different programs in civil engineering, with each of them having a lot of prospects for job, entrepreneurship, and higher education. A lot of our students taking civil engineering venture into all these three arenas and have successfully gained a lot of, they've succeeded in their career through these three arenas. Also, one more thing I would like to add is there is a lot of collaboration among in all departments with outside universities, not only at the research level, but also undergraduate internship programs are being coordinated. We have the Indo-German Center for Sustainability, where there is a lot of opportunity for collaboration with German universities. So when you are in IIT, you will not only experience a cross-cultural experience among Indian students from different states, but also an international experience. Regularly, we get a few 50 to 100 international students visiting us, staying with us for a semester or a year. We have foreign faculty in our roles as visiting faculty. So it's going to be a very international experience. You can check out our global engagement website to get more details about it. Otherwise, I think I would like to, I would like to answer more questions if you have.
Thank you very much, ma'am. We will now be, let me now introduce a few recent students. So Pranjali Manjarekar recently graduated, and I'm sure she'll be able to tell us a lot about her experience in college and what she has taken away in the last 5 years.
Yeah, hi. Thanks, Gayatri. So hi everyone. Congratulations again on clearing JEE Advance. I assure you there's a lot to look forward to at IIT Madras. I'm Pranjali and I'm graduating this year, and I've completed a dual degree in mechanical engineering. So the mechanical branch itself has a stigma associated with women joining it, which I think is completely unnecessary. The method of teaching is not different from any other branch. In fact, mechanical is one of the bigger branches at IITM, and it has so many great facilities that I'd love to see more women join and make use of it, right? Even in terms of internships and jobs, all companies take more than enough care of you. A lot of jobs these days involve laptops in the first place. But in case you're worried, I spent 2 months in a factory, and it was a very good experience with a lot to learn. And I think the same goes for a lot of other similar branches. I noticed a few questions on engineering design, chemical, and civil. It's basically the same thing. And I'm also from Goa, and like Nandita ma'am said, I absolutely faced no issues adjusting to campus. People are from all over the country, so as long as you know English, that's more than enough. Even Chennai is really safe, so getting around the city is no issue. In fact, I think that made me a lot more comfortable and confident about myself. And another thing that I really loved is IITM has a very good support system of your batchmates, of seniors, of hostel mates, and faculty also, especially women. And like, I hope you really join IITM, and remember that if you need help, people will always go out of their way to help you as long as you ask for it. So that's about it from me, and I really hope to see everyone here at IITM soon.
Thank you, Pranjali. I would now like to call on Kavita to introduce herself and speak a few words.
Hey everyone, I'm Kavita, and I am a computer science and engineering graduate. I graduated in 2019, 1 year ago. I was part of the BTech program, and so one thing, whenever you think of IIT Madras, the one thing which immediately comes to your mind is how beautiful the campus is. The campus is very green, and it has a lot of deer, etc. So I think this was something which is like really amazing, and also similar to what others said, the campus is very safe, and also the city, Chennai, is very safe. So I've basically, I was born around here. I've lived like a major part of my life in and around Chennai. So I can, so the city is really safe. Now, about the opportunities in campus, IIT Madras provides a plethora of opportunities, and I think I was able to learn a lot about programming and computer science in campus, and the professors and the staff, like all the professors in all the departments. I can speak for computer science and engineering department. So the professors are extremely great. They're really helpful, and you get to learn a lot throughout the 4 years. And also, like there are a lot of interesting activities, which interesting student activities, which happen a lot in the campus. So I saw questions around would there be writing clubs, etc. So there are a lot of literature, writing, poetry, like there are a lot of these clubs. We even have competitions such as Lit Soc, which happen between hostels. Similarly, there are other competitions like Tech Soc, which are extremely interesting. And I think I absolutely enjoyed all the opportunities and all the memorable events which I was able to make in college. Mostly, like to highlight, it would be things like the fests such as Shastra and Sarang, and the hostel nights, and Tech Soc, Lit Soc, and so on. So now since I'm in the computer science and engineering, since I was in the computer science and engineering department, I can speak for how an amazing coding culture that we have. We have the Center for Innovation, where there is the programming club and the computer vision group, and based on all the opportunities, based on the help of professors, based on all the projects that I got to do in computer science, I think I was able to learn a lot, and they just helped me tremendously. I can speak a bit about the internships and placements process in IIT Madras. So students in the pre-final year sit for internships, and students in the final year sit for placements. So there is a dedicated placement team, and there's a dedicated placement team for handling the entire process. So they handle everything, right from inviting the companies, and then you would have access to a placement portal where you would be able to view the companies, apply for them, and there would be internship tests and interviews which would be conducted. So the entire process is very effectively handled by the placement team. Yeah, so these were the things which I wanted to highlight. Over to you, Gayatri.
Thank you very much, Kavita. And also, let me just mention that Kavita actually graduated with the highest CGPA, and she has won multiple awards for the same. So that is one aspirational role model to look up at. I would next like to invite Nikita to introduce herself and speak a few words.
Thank you, Gayatri. So hi, everyone. Firstly, very, very hearty congratulations on like clearing an entrance exam in such a tough time. So it's amazing to see everyone make it here to this point. So I just graduated this year with a dual degree in biological sciences, and I know that there are a lot of people who are looking to join either the biological sciences or the biological engineering department. And I think the biggest takeaway for me is that while I could enjoy all my academic aspirations at IIT Madras, I also got to enjoy a lot of co-curricular and extracurricular activities. So together, I feel like it's made me into an all-rounded person where I could develop multiple skills at the same time. So about the Department of Biotechnology, so both biological sciences and engineering are in the biotechnology department. And as a student of this department, you not only get to enjoy like one building, but you get to be affiliated to two very, very well-equipped state-of-the-art buildings. So these are built almost in the last decade or two, and They are, in fact, one of the building was constructed right when I was in my second or third year. So the labs are really well equipped, and research opportunities in biotech are in India are growing exponentially. So the prospects for conducting research inside India and outside of India are increasing at a very large scale right now. In terms of jobs as well, there are core companies, like companies that recruit for roles within, like, for biotech related roles, and there are companies that recruit for other kinds of roles as well. So there are a lot of jobs and placement opportunities as well. And a little bit about the campus and what the biggest takeaway for me was as part of this campus. I think the fact that as a female student, everything, the entire environment around you is super safe. Like, there are multiple organizations and like forums that have been set up on campus to address women's safety. So at no point in my 5 years was this ever a concern, and I think that's a big thing, because like there are times when I returned to the hostel at say like 11 p.m. or 12 a.m. and I didn't have to worry about this. There are dedicated bus services for girls that want to return to the hostel from their department. You could also get back on your own. It's super safe. And I think looking back at the 5 years, the most memorable part was cycling back from the department to the hostel and just like looking at the greenery around you. It almost feels like you're in the middle of a wildlife forest, right? So yeah, thank you. Over to Gayatri.
Thank you very much, Nikita. Let me now ask Santoshi to introduce herself.
So, Gayatri, am I audible? And so, hi everyone. So I'm Jay Santoshi, and congratulations to all of you for like qualifying J Advanced, because these are tough times, but we can look forward to great times. So I'm in my second year right now, and I'm pursuing a bachelor's in metallurgical and materials engineering. So talking about my life at IIT Madras, first year I had amazing opportunities, like a million clubs, like a million tech activities, and whatever you ask for. And also got to be, I got to be a secretary for the hostel, which again introduced to me a lot of things. Like, there are various opportunities in various fields here. Ask for anything, you have help offered, and the sort of faculty here is amazing. And I can't really just describe it in words, and I have a lot of years to go ahead here. So, choosing IIT Madras it has everything that you want. So, looking forward to you all to see you here. Back to Gayatri again.
Thanks, Santoshi. I would now like to call on a few more current students who will introduce themselves and will also be taking on questions. So first, let me ask Nimisha to introduce herself. Nimisha, you're on.
Hello. Hello. Hi guys, I'm Nimisha. I'm a fourth year aerospace dual degree student, and I'm from Jaipur. Like, a lot of you were questioning about the life of North Indian in IIT Madras. So as the two have already said, that there is absolutely no problem regarding the exposure you get, the friends you make, the conversations you do, and even the food. And I'm a vegetarian also, so even in that respect, there is no problem, both in IIT Madras and even outside. Secondly, coming to aerospace as such, I saw a lot of queries asking, will ISRO and DRDO come for placement? Let me be frank, they don't. ISRO came last year, but I think it was only for mechanical. But for aerospace, once you come here, like when I came, I did not know much about aero, but I explored too much. And currently, I'm working on drones. So even that is a flourishing market. And especially about our department, the research facilities are just top class, and you will actually explore much more once you come here. And a lot of people also go into non-core branches. I would say that with the open mind, and you can explore once you are in history. We call the institute as history. And about the clubs also, people want to know when can you join the club and if you can join more than one club and what all the clubs are there. So we have like arts, cultural clubs separately, technical clubs separately, and the hobby clubs are also there. Like hobby classes are there, which are known as LTAF. So you can join them anytime, any semester. Even currently, when in the online semester, the activities are going on in like almost all the clubs. So I have been personally the head of astronomy club last semester. So yeah, that is also there. I think anything else? Yeah, regarding the cycles and the laptop, I think it would be good if you get them currently. Cycles are required, and one of the best memories of me in NCA going to beaches on a cycle and cycling for entire night in the campus. So these are some of the moments which you'll cherish when once you are at an IIT Madras. And the monkeys also. A lot of you were confused like are the monkeys scary or will they irritate you? But that is the fun, that is the uniqueness about IIT Madras. And once you are there, you'll actually understand the difference yourself. So I think that's it from my side. All the best to all of you.
Thanks a lot, Nimisha. Sankalpa, can you please introduce yourself briefly?
Yeah, hi. Am I audible? First of all, big congratulations for getting here. And let me tell you, from now on, your life will definitely be a whirlwind. IIT Madras has so many activities to offer. And even if you don't know what you're interested in yet, that's exactly what college is for. You get to find out all about it, whether you're going to discover your artistic talents or your inclination towards sports. I noticed that some of you were asking about our sports facilities, and we have really great sports facilities and teams for every sport, to academics and the research environment. So I'm just going to quickly share one big takeaway I had from college. I'm currently in my 4th year of the bioengineering program. And one of the major highlights of being as part of the bio department is the competitions that we get to take part of as part of the CFI club called iGEM. And I had the opportunity last year to lead an all-female team to Boston for the conference, and it was honestly the best thing that happened. And IIT Madras offers you so many opportunities to pursue your interests, and I encourage all of you to explore them. Thanks. Over to Gayatri again.
Thanks a lot, Sankalpa. Sanjana, can you please introduce yourself briefly now? Okay, I think Sanjana might be facing some issues. So I realize I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm Gayatri and I'm studying in my 4th year. I am pursuing a BTech in engineering physics and also a dual degree in data science, which means that I'll be graduating along with a master's in data science. And I've been seeing a lot of questions about the IIIT program in the chat box. So basically, the IIIT program or the interdisciplinary dual degree program allows students to do a master's in an interdisciplinary field. So basically, what that would mean is you have a BTech in a core field such as mechanical or engineering physics or metallurgy, and you do a master's in one of the several IIIT options. And you can find this in the curriculum. These are options like data science, quantum science and technologies, etc. And the choice for this happens when you're in your 3rd year. So this is not something you need to be worrying about right now. You will have the option of converting to an IIIT program much later once you have joined IIT Madras. And it's open to both BTech and dual degree students. Both BTech and dual degree students can convert to an IIIT program. Then there were also questions about minors. So basically, a minor would mean that is something that you do in addition to your either BTech or dual degree program, and that would mean you do a specified number of courses in the topic of your minor, and you will basically be recognized that you have some experience in that field. And this is something that you can define once you have joined the campus, not something that, again, this is not something that you need to be worrying about right now when you're taking admissions, but this is a wonderful opportunity for you to venture into interdisciplinary fields. We will now be looking at some of the questions. We will try to answer more department-specific questions in the chat box itself. There is one question about double major. So IIT Madras does not offer a double major. And
Santoshi?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, regarding academics, if are there any other questions that we need to address?
Ma'am, I think most of them. There's a question regarding the difference between what is a minor and what is an elective. If someone could answer that, that would be great.
I have already answered in the chat box. I am Jagdish Kumar, Dean Academic Courses. If you take 4 electives in a specialized area, you get a minor. Minor is made of 4 electives.
I think that's sorted, ma'am. I think that are all the academic related doubts.
Thank you, Professor Jagdish.
I believe there was one question about whether you can get a dual degree in the same branch. So dual degrees by default are in the same branch, and if you want to do something in a different branch, then that is possible only through the IIIT program.
So there are also questions, Professor Jagdish, about academic calendar and the process, admission process, online or offline.
Again, I have answered it in the chat box. It's really a lot of lines, so people could have missed it. So let me tell you, the semester starts on 16th November, and initially it will be online classes till the situation improves. The first semester will go from November 16th to end of February. Right? In between, if the situation improves, we will call the students on campus. Otherwise, the first semester will be only theory courses, first year theory courses, online classes. Right? That's the plan as of now. So if things improve, we will, as I said, ask the students to come in batches. The second thing is, what about laboratory classes? The computer laboratory class will go online because students can access our computer center sitting in their house through the internet, and the rest of the labs will be shifted to second semester. Second semester will start from March 2nd week, so you will have only a 15-day break between the first semester and the second semester. We have no other choice. Starting from March, it will go to July. And second year will start normally if everything goes on smoothly.
Thank you. That really helps. Thank you, Professor.
Okay. I think there were some questions about mechanical engineering, and so somebody from mechanical engineering want students. I think they want to know whether it's suited for girls. I think same thing about civil also. There were a few questions. I would like to tell them that any branch of engineering, I think, is suitable for girls. Don't have any apprehensions. No, it's not just you have to be a civil engineer is not somebody who stands on a field with a cap or a helmet, like what was being projected. There is so much to do in civil engineering. If you're interested in designing, if you're interested in computing, you can have a desk job. But like people who want to be out there on the field doing some construction site monitoring, so it depends on what kind of a person you are. And civil also has, it's not just buildings, it has water, it has environment, climate change, sustainability. A lot of things come under the umbrella of civil engineering. So it's a very diverse field. So don't have any apprehensions. Girls can do anything. You can get into any engineering field, and you just need the passion, and you have to find a path which suits your temperament. So be open. Don't go into the stereotypical images what has been projected. Okay, that's what I would like to say. Same thing I would say for the mechanical engineering also. We have wonderful women faculty in mechanical engineering, excelling in entrepreneurship. Sujata, the two Sujatas, in fact, in mechanical engineering. There are a lot of students who are, the numbers are small, but we would like to see more women getting into these traditional engineering fields like civil, mechanical, where we have been seeing lower numbers in the past. So I strongly encourage you to take up.
Madam, I would like to intervene. All branches have 20% women students. Now, I mean, maybe final years, the less number of students, only 40% are there. Some branches more women students. Now we have to ensure all branches have 20% women students. 1/5 of the class will be women.
So I would also like to come in here. As I have mentioned before, I'm a chemical engineer, and I've worked for several years in a field called coal gasification, you know, dirty old coal, very traditional, conventional area for mechanical, chemical and materials type of engineers. So I don't think that, especially at IIT Madras, I don't think that you need to think whether a branch is, you know, particularly suited for women or not. There's nothing like that at all. And I really echo what Indu said, that it's time in 2020 to get rid of these notions. We are capable of doing anything that we feel passionate about and that we put in efforts into. I also see some questions about the metallurgical engineering group, and it's also very close to my chemical engineering work. And I also want to say that it same holds there as well. The role of material scientists is of extreme importance, of course, of chemical engineers as well, for the future, for climate change and energy and so on. But you'll say I'm biased, so I'll say that with material scientists, we have lots of important things to do, and you know, I would take it up if that's somewhat of interest to you. Build up your profile in that direction, and your contributions will 100% be valuable going into the future.
I would like to take some questions asked about engineering physics. As you know, engineering physics curriculum, they have a lot of core courses from electrical engineering department. And therefore, once you have done those core courses, which are compulsory courses, you can take a number of electives from electrical engineering department. See, for the electives, quite often we do have prerequisites, and most of the times these core courses are the prerequisites. So that way, engineering physics students do not have much problem in choosing almost any elective from electrical engineering department, provided, of course, we do have some restrictions about the class size and all that. That depends on the faculty member. But apart from that, you know, you can actually choose a number of courses. In fact, I would say that electrical engineering does have a lot of interdisciplinary areas which are common with engineering physics. So these two courses have a lot in common. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I just wanted to say about engineering physics. Another question I just saw that you're saying what are NPTEL courses? NPTEL, as you may not know, it's actually National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning. So all IITs and ISC is part of this NPTEL program, and various courses are available free on YouTube. And not only IIT students, but anywhere in the world, you can have free access to these courses. Now, NPTEL, some of the NPTEL courses one can also take, you can also credit, as Professor Jagdish Kumar said, that you can take up to a number of courses from this NPTEL program. So you can choose the course, you can write the exams, and these credits will also be considered for your IITM curriculum. So that's what I just wanted to say.
Professor Jagdish, one last question for you. A lot of questions in terms of IDDD, interdisciplinary dual program.
Okay. We have, as on today, 9 programs. 2 more I am expecting to add before the end of this academic year. And the IDDD programs you choose, if it is MBA, you choose in the 4th semester. The data science and computational engineering program starts in 5th semester. All other IDDD programs starts in 6th semester. So you can choose any one of these programs if you are interested. And you get your BTech degree. Nothing changes in your BTech degree curriculum. You do one extra project here. You do dual degree project in the 9th and 10th semester. At the end, you get your basic dual degree and the interdisciplinary dual degree. And any student can choose any dual degree, interdisciplinary dual degree. For example, you can be an aerospace engineer, you can choose data science. You can be a chemical engineer, you can choose computational engineering. Be a metallurgy BTech, you can choose quantum science. So all BTech students are eligible for all IITs. It is your interest, number one. So we have right now 9 programs, and we will keep adding as the interdisciplinary groups form, and then they start offering these interdisciplinary programs. And you can also do dual degree program in your own discipline. For example, if you're a BTech electrical engineering, you can do dual degree, BTech electrical engineering plus MTech in communication systems, MTech in VLSI, MTech in control and instrumentation, MTech in power systems, MTech in photonics, MTech in microelectronics. So you have all the choices open to you in your basic discipline itself, right? If you're a BTech in civil engineering, you can do MTech in transportation, you can do MTech in construction technology, you can do MTech in environmental engineering. There are 7 MTechs in civil engineering. I don't remember all of them right now. So you can do a dual degree. You can opt to do 1 year extra study at IIT Madras and do a dual degree in your core engineering as well as interdisciplinary programs.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So I saw a question that feels like it's exactly for me about whether there's dress code in IIT Madras. And I wish I could stand up, but I won't. But there's no dress code. Obviously, we expect decency, and we'd really appreciate if you brush your teeth before you come to 8 a.m. class. But we don't have an articulated dress code, and I can go out on a limb and say that we'll never have it for either students or faculty, actually. So I think I want to say that specifically, but also say that it's a very free campus. And, you know, when you come here, the expectation is that you're thinking for yourself. I really appreciated one of the students who said that coming to college is when you figure out all these things, grow out of your school type of mindset and pick up, I think, your own life's philosophies and so on. And we provide a very nice opportunity for that. Just one other small thing on sort of a related topic is that we also have a lot of very different type of elective courses. Somebody had asked, what is an elective course? Elective course is something that you're not obligated to do, in the sense that core courses, there are 10 chemical engineering core courses. If you want a degree in chemical engineering, you have to do them. Beyond that, whatever you do to earn your get your degree finally is an elective course. And Vijay can talk maybe a little bit about those very unique elective courses that are an IIT Madras offering and possibly not there anywhere else.
Very true. Pri, I think this is really unique to IIT Madras. So there are maybe about 10 to 12 GN courses, what we call as general courses, starting with self-awareness to discovering creativity. Preeti is offering a course, Play to Learn. And you have on relationships, and there what we have is leisure time activities. So some of you had asked, do you teach us swimming? So all of that obviously is there. So LTAP course, Leisure Time Activity Program, offers very, very unique courses that you can definitely take, starting from martial arts, maybe martial arts to yoga to music to some instrument. So a lot of things. I think that's really unique to our campus. So we believe in holistic development.
And you can earn credits for several of these things. There's a happiness course that is very popular among students, and you can earn 9 credits, which is exactly the number of credits you'd earn in a core course as well many times.
So maybe last 5 minutes, quick answers to some questions. Placement, I don't think you need to be concerned about it. IIT Madras undergrad program, please don't be concerned about placements. It's not a concern, definitely. There is Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi available in academic and hostel zones. So mess facility, anybody wants to talk about mess facility? Students?
I think I can take that question. So there is a different mess complex for girls. It's called the Vindhya mess. And inside that, there are 3 options. So you can either pick a South Indian mess, a North Indian mess, or a food court where you're given like a coupon book and you can purchase things using that coupon book every month. So how it works is every month you're given like a option to pick your priority, like select a priority list with these mess options and then assigned one based on the availability. Kind of similar to how the counseling process is right now. But like, obviously, it's just based on availability of the mess.
And again, this is just the girls' mess. As like a girl, you can also choose the other mess facilities that are there. There are 2 more mess buildings, each with around 4 or 5 messes. So there are plenty of mess options.
We also have a mess where only Jain food is served. Vegetarian Jain food.
Okay, so hostel, there is sharing to be done in the first year. So that is there. Any other questions have we missed? Santoshi? Average campus temperature, definitely few degrees lesser than outside because of all the trees.
There was a question regarding the curfew timing for girls, or if there, I mean, there isn't one actually. So regarding the safety and all that.
Yes, I think safety, we have reinforced it several times.
Mom, there was also one more question regarding the prayer facilities within the campus. And other than that, there were a lot of questions regarding mentors available for co-curricular and cultural activities. So these are the common questions. Yes.
So each of the first year gets mapped to a second year. So what we call as Sathi mentors. So Sathi and Mitra, as Dr. Sunetra mentioned, we have a very strong wellness center. and every first year student gets mapped to the Sati mentor. So that is there. What else was asked?
Yes, ma'am. There were a few questions regarding the safety of girls' hostel and the restrictions and curfew timings for that.
So that students should answer.
Ma'am, I could take it up because I had been the general secretary for the freshers girls' hostel in the first year, and I think there isn't really any curfew timings as such because the campus is completely safe. You can go out at any time. You have, in case you're staying up late and studying, you can grab a cup of coffee, you can talk with your friends, have a study session. It's completely amazing. And in regards to the safety, there's always a lady guard put up in front of your hostel. They always are there for you, even in case of emergencies. If you run with a temperature or whatever be the emergency, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people to help you out within the hostel. So yeah, and you also have a lot of facilities inside the hostel. You have washing machines, washing machines for you to wash your clothes, iron box, and there are also a few questions related to whether you can have hair dryer and vaporizers and all. So every hostel has customized needs, and with the freshers hostel, we had gotten vaporizers, a lot of even hair straighteners and such things. So I think you get if you are in requirement of whatever it is, you will have it answered, and yeah, it's pretty great here.
So I think all the attendees have a slight edge over the others. You have some insider info now. So can we conclude? So few questions. Yes.
Let me join in. There have been a lot of questions that I would like to answer.
Yes, please.
Again, I am Jagadish Kumar, Dean Academic Courses. Okay, in the first year, you have to do one of the three programs: National Sports Organization (NSO), National Cadet Corps (NCC), or National Social Service (NSS). One of these you have to do. If you choose NSO, you can choose any sports. You will get free training. You don't have to know the sports. For example, you want to learn tennis, you can join NSO and learn tennis for free. If you are not really sports minded, you can always choose service, go around the camp during social service, but you can do this. Then the second question, can I learn guitar? Can I learn violin? There are maestros who conduct classes inside IIT. This is open to not only students, even for the faculty, children, and everybody. But these classes are paid classes. You have to pay the maestro, because these are people who are really very well known in the city, and they will come and teach you either Carnatic music. You will have to organize, or the staff club will organize sometimes. You can join them. Okay. That's what I want to do.
A question which is repeatedly being asked, Professor Jagdish. Is it compulsory for IITM students to live in IITM hostel?
The hostel is, you have to live in the hostel, but if your parents permit you to live outside, we will permit you to live outside. Yes, you can become a day scholar. We have roughly about 270 students as day scholars. Only your parents have to permit.
Thank you.
So what will you?
I think there was one question about, a lot of them I think are excited about the extracurriculars and co-curricular activities, and they want to know if this has come to a halt because of the pandemic. But actually we have been more and more involved in extracurricular activities despite the lockdown. We are collaborating online, so that has not been affected at all.
So yes, I second that. I think all activities are going exactly like offline, so you are in no disadvantage. Okay, so what will we do for the orientation people? You're asking all these questions now. Okay, so shall we close, Indu, Gayatri?
Yeah, I think we have addressed almost all the pressing questions. If at all there is anything else, I think, yeah, as you said, the orientation is there. We have the mobile number which is posted for them to call and ask their queries. There is an email. So we have other forums to address all your queries. So we almost 2 hours now. It's
Yes, ma'am.
close to us, so we should close.
Ma'am, on that note, I would like to mention that we have actually created an online forum on Facebook. Facebook, because I believe a lot of students, for a lot of students, that would be more accessible. And we have actually set up a pan IIT network. So we have at least one representative from almost all IITs on this forum. And so if there are any more specific questions about department, students are always welcome to join and post their queries there. I'll just mention the name of the forum in the chat box.
So in your email, all of these details are mentioned. So please do look into your email again. So any last, anybody wants to say anything, or shall we close?
Any pressing question which has not been addressed, either in the chat box or from the faculty and students? Okay.
So outsiders are allowed inside the campus. You need to take a token at the security gate and you can come in. Okay. Hostel will be provided even if you live within a 10-kilometer radius. That's not a problem. Okay. So, Indu?
Yeah. You can close the session.
Yes. Thank you to our director and Professor Jagdish Kumar for staying back throughout. Thank you very much. And Indu and Gayatri from the Women's Forum made this happen. I was just thinking, how do I pull this off? But they came at the right time to help us. And of course, we always have the support of our faculty. So Preeti, Nandita ma'am, Sunetra, they are go-to people for me. So thank you so much for staying back again for the entire 2 hours. Students, student panelists, our alumni, thank you for coming in. Automatically, you bring in a different energy when you start speaking, right? So it was great to have you here. And all of you attendees, I think it's a warm-up for a 2-hour class. Don't worry, we don't have a 2-hour class. We have a 50-minute class, 45 minutes. So all the very best wherever you join. Be happy. Thank you very much. We will close the open house right now. Thank you.